Welcome to Downtime in the Apocalypse, a podcast where Ted talks and Kevin listens. I, of course, am Ted.
And I'm Kevin.
Listeners, honestly, not too much has happened over the last couple weeks in world news or my life. And frankly, that is a wonderful change of pace.
I agree, Ted. I agree. That is a wonderful change of pace with things. So
Right? It's
fantastic.
like, oh good, everything's as boring as possible.
Yes, but in boredom sometimes leads to insanity, Ted. So what have you done with your week other than no news, apparently?
Alright, well, Kevin, Halloween was a few weeks ago,
Yep, it was.
and it brought back to mind an old favorite game,
Okay.
Splatoon.
I wasn't imagining. How'd that bring back that?
Oh, well, actually, it had a contest. So occasionally in
Oh,
Splatoon, there is something called a Splat Fest.
a Splatfest, if you will?
Yes, where people join the different teams
Yeah.
and compete against each other to determine between two competing ideas.
Doesn't that seem like a better thing than Twitter?
Yeah, frankly, okay, legitimately, I just agree with everything Splatfest say.
Okay.
Frankly,
So if they win, it's like the definitive answer.
yes, frankly, I think we should switch over Electoral College to Splatfest at this point.
And send our gladiators into the ring to paint the ground and paint.
Yeah, so anyone who hasn't played Splatoon or know what Splatoon is, where have you been? But it's a game from Nintendo where you play these little squid people called Inklings.
Yeah.
They're half kid, half squid. Our sound producer just entered.
Yeah, he's making sure the mics work.
But the goal, it's a shooting game, third-person shooter, but the goal is not to hit each other most of the time. It's to shoot paint on the ground. And
Yeah,
generally they're delightful neon colors. The weapons are hilarious. I mean, there's just an umbrella shotgun thing.
there's a
There's
paint bucket.
paint. The tri-slosher is my favorite weapon, and it's a bucket with like 3 different areas in it, and it got nerfed years ago before I bought the game, but
All
it's
right,
still super good.
it's still good. It's still good.
Yeah. The music of the game is simply upbeat and wonderful. The colors are neon starbursty. There is just one that is the starburst shade of pink and yellow.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it makes me kind of hungry every time I see it.
Yeah, no. I'm playing that. The Splatfest for Halloween was Trick vs Treat.
Of course, I mean that's the obvious one. And you are on the side of,
Treat.
of course.
I have a massive sweet tooth. It is a problem. Um,
Okay, I get you.
it's a big problem.
It's a big, much problem, big problem, much issue.
I weigh so much more than I should. My teeth are awful. But god damn, every single store is just temptation going into my brain.
Well, it never ends either because it's every time there's like a holiday around. For example, like Halloween just passed by.
Yeah.
What's immediately going to replace that? Christmas, and then every Christmas shaped candy you could possibly imagine is there.
Yeah, that Christmas is particularly bad because my favorite candy is candy canes.
I don't get that just because candy canes. Like, what flavor of candy canes?
Peppermint.
There's more than one flavor. Don't look at me like I'm saying something ridiculous.
You are saying something ridiculous.
That's not ridiculous.
There are
That's
candy
not ridiculous.
canes and abominations.
No, oh my god. I didn't know I was going with like a candy cane purist over
Look,
here.
I will eat the abominations. I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm just saying
I will eat the abomination.
I'm just saying they are all lowly intimidators. Yes, impersonators.
Well, what about like the Jolly Rancher flavored ones?
They're okay.
They're not bad. I like the Jolly Rancher
Yeah,
flavored ones.
but
We got the blue raspberry.
Give me those peppermint sticks, man.
Give me those peppermint sticks. Give me a break of that Kit Kat bar. Okay.
I was going peppermint stick for Old Saint Nick, but okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But no, I love me some candy canes.
Okay. That's fair. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. If you want to go with like the plain Jane peppermint candy cane, then that's up to you, my man.
I want the candy. I want the true candy, the American candy.
Candy cane's not made in America.
No, in fact, I'm pretty sure they're German in origin or something.
They're definitely German because that whole the Christmas tree and everything else came from German troops and stationed here. So
Yeah, a lot of our traditions came from random countries.
which is fine. That's why it's called a melting pot, my man.
Yeah, I know, but I like how Santa Claus is 3 different characters fused to one.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
It's-
actual saint,
Yeah, the actual saint, sort of.
sort of.
Yeah, I wouldn't even count him as one of the major ones. Well, okay, sort of. Yeah, so Saint Nicholas, or who is Dutch mostly.
Yeah.
They
okay.
actually They actually have a feast of where he comes to the Netherlands from Spain on his steamboat.
Oh, nice. Steamboat Willie style. I like
He
it.
has a steamboat. He lives in Spain. Um,
This sounds like a comic book.
oh, Kevin, no. Here's the next part that's weird. It's the hundreds of Dutch people that dress up in blackface and pretend to be Santa's servant.
Those are the quote unquote elves.
Zwarte Piet, Black Pete. Now, depending on the origin, I've heard three different origins of this. One is he's Santa's slave. Another one is he's a Santa's servant who he freed from slavery and just helps him out because Santa or Saint Nicholas is such a good guy.
Yeah.
And the third one is he's just some generic helper dude. And in that one, he's not just some Moorish guy. He's the reason his skin is black is because it's soot from chimneys.
That makes I prefer that answer.
Yeah, actually, with the Dutch people in blackface that there are swarms of. I cannot express how many there were. This was not something I was expecting when I was in Belgium. Um, um, there's the occasional one that just does a good job looking like a chimney sweep.
Okay. That you know what? Maybe we should move to that.
It is a weird backlash against doing that.
I mean, wait, there's a weird backlash against doing the chimney sweep?
Yes.
Oh. Just because it's not traditional, I guess? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Here,
it's a weird backlash.
I'm aware this is an audio medium, but I'm going to show Kevin some pictures of Zwarte Piet.
I don't like the Jerry curls they got going on right there.
Yeah, so, by the way, in case you're thinking, like, oh, maybe this is some American repulsion, look up Belgian Congo.
I know exactly what you're talking about
now. And, yeah.
Yeah, I think the hair really makes it bad as well.
Yeah, everything about the Zwarte Piet costume is just awful.
Yeah, it's scary, too.
Here's the problem, though. There's a lot of, sort of the edgelord Belgian guys who know
edgelord.
This freaks out, like, tourists, Americans, everything.
Oh, they do it on purpose?
Yeah, so they just, like, legitimately, I was walking to get coffee, and suddenly a gang of, like, 12 people in blackface just start running at me, and then, like, see I'm confused, and all surround me. One guy takes a selfie, and then they all run away. I was like, okay, that just happened.
What would you call like a gang of that? What I know, like some
Incels?
People. Okay, so I was gonna say like a group of clowns is called like a giggle instead of like a gaggle of geese.
Yeah, I don't know.
A murder of crows. An incel of.
God, it was
Zwarte Piets.
It was so fucking weird, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know how else to describe that, but weird. So.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how I got. Well, I guess it's all holidays, so that's what I've been doing. Reminiscing about that and playing Splatoon. On going back to Splatoon, I actually greatly prefer Splatoon 1
over 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So for a couple reasons, particularly, I don't like the motion controls, so I always turn those off.
Yeah.
Which does reduce how well you can use the weapons.
Yeah.
So I always use the rollers if possible.
Okay. Right.
The rollers are way better in Splatoon 1.
Oh, I see. Okay. So that's kind of like a limiting kind of factor right
yes.
there. Yeah.
Also, the power-up super moves you get in Splatoon 2 are just not as good.
Okay. Right.
Particularly, in none of them you're invulnerable like you are in the first game.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite weapon in the first game is the crack-on roller, because everything has to be hip 90s culture-sounding stuff for Splatoon, which I love so much. It's like I feel like Zordon's going to be like, roller. Teens with attitude every time I play it.
I need teens with attitude.
Yeah, exactly, though. It's like, I kind of like, has that feel.
Yeah.
But,
like, early to mid-90s, like, kind of radical, dude.
Exactly. But in that one, the reason it was the crack on is your super move was turning into a giant kraken and going around the battlefield.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that in the new one. They got rid of all the things that were invulnerable and super awesome.
Yeah.
Now it's like you go into a ball and explode.
You know, I think I know what that's inspired by, and that's have you ever played Overwatch?
No.
Okay. There's like a character called Junkrat that has like a super move where he just sends out like an exploding tire. And it just like and just like spins forward and then just explodes and kills like a billion things.
Oh,
so it might be inspired by that, but it might be to be more competitive and less of a.
Oh, that's exactly it. It's making more of a multiplayer thing, blah, 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 balancing and all that.
Yeah, which is less fun.
Yeah, look, I'm not the roller wasn't the best weapon ever, but it was really fun the first game where it didn't reduce speed or anything, and it was
Yeah.
basically a battle between rollers and snipers.
Yeah, to see who's the ultimate.
Yeah, but the snipers were really good, like knocking out people. So it's basically, if you're a roller, you're just going through turns and using obstacles. It was a very fun game of cat and mouse
Yeah.
that I was very good at.
Good meta game right there.
I really enjoyed that. Now it's very much not. But whatever, I got my bucket now. That's fun too. Kevin, what have you been doing this week?
Me, I've been doing a few different things. I've been mostly like watching anime.
Ooh, what anime?
So I've been watching Made in Abyss, which is a great anime where it's a fantasy realm where there's a giant hole in the ground, basically, and there's people that live on the top of this hole in the ground, and they have to descend down into it, like two kids. One is like a robot, and one is like a normal human girl. But as you descend down more into the abyss, then poison and miasma starts to kind of affect you, and humans don't last long down there.
Oh.
So yeah, so the robot has to slowly watch as like a young girl dies.
Why are they going down there again?
It's to find the girl's like mother.
Who's probably dead.
Yeah, probably. But it's sort of like one of those stories where the journey is more important than the destination.
Which is death. I mean,
Yeah.
this entire
Final destination. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this entire thing could just be like an allegory for death, or
It kind of is.
yeah.
But
It kind of reminds me of like there's a beginning in Dante's Inferno where they're like traveling through a mountain and everything before
Right.
they enter, and I kind of feel like it's that.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, Kevin, that sounds both good and horribly depressing.
Yeah, it is. It's it is a horrible, depressing kind of thing. But I've been doing that, and also been reading some online web manga.
What have you been reading exactly?
I've been reading a couple different things. One of them is like reversing the hourglass, which is about a. I kind of love this. I love these things, even though they're like kind of terrible. They're like trashy, but the whole idea is that you have somebody who reincarnates back in time, basically.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's the Duchess daughter of this very rich family, and she has a sister who's revealed to be like a saintess. So that kind of like storyline, and it turns out like at the end she gets like her head chopped off, right? Just because she's like a horrible, horrible person to everybody, and it turns out like the saintess, her sister, caused the whole entire thing, like egged her on and made her do this just to kill her because she hates her. So
Very saintly behavior there.
yeah. It's like she goes so far as to say like, "I love your crying face. It's something I'm gonna miss after you're gone."
Okay, Kevin, this is only semi-related. Is the term saintess?
Saintess, yes, she's like literally like a person who speaks to like a god, or,
Okay,
or something they call that.
I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie. I always thought saint was a gender-neutral term, so this is a first for me.
Yeah.
Like I always thought it was Saint Catherine.
Okay.
I didn't think Saintess Catherine.
Just the way they describe him, and I've seen like so many of these trashy novels. It's always like Saintess, like Saint Ness or something like that. It's the female described way of saying that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also Japanese, so it could be just made up. So it's very yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
They just take things. So anyway, she goes back in time through the power of a hourglass, and she has to go through everything again to try and this time kill her sister instead. So she's trying to like appear like a good person, do all this kind of stuff, and I like it a lot. Reversing the hourglass is a fun, trashy, stupid thing which anybody can pick up and enjoy if you want to see some terrible people.
All right. Speaking of fun but trashy things we've done the last while, Kevin.
Yeah.
My ration this week has been a pretty trashy one, actually.
Was it that spicy chip?
No, actually, I thought I was going to have that yesterday. I'm supposed to have the world's hottest potato chip. A friend of mine ordered it.
Yeah, just came in late.
I don't know what happened to it. Actually, I'm hoping he did it.
Is
He
it-
said he did.
You said like it was $20 a chip
Yes,
per
chip.
Okay, I re-listened back to the audio from last time. I wasn't sure if that was accurate.
No, it's $20 one potato chip.
Okay. That I hope it comes in.
Me too.
How do they contain it? Is it just like a bag?
It's in a big box thing.
Oh,
It's like a
to make sure it doesn't like
yeah. It's
break.
like it comes in its own container.
Okay, so you didn't have that, but what
No.
did you have that was trashy?
Domino's.
Oh, that is trashy.
Yep.
What sort of Dominoes did you have? All veggie?
Oh yeah, but here's where it gets interesting, Kevin. I didn't even have their pizza.
Did you have like the cookie thing, the dessert?
I did have that as well, but mostly I had their pasta.
Why? Why?
Well, I was at my girlfriend's house.
Okay.
Her kitchen is super small.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of people in the house and way too many animals. So cooking is frankly a awful task in that
Yeah.
kitchen. Even
Yeah.
like using the air fryer.
Is
Like
is something that's terrible to
God,
do.
suddenly there's like four people in this tiny bathroom of a kitchen, and two dogs just staring at me the entire time. If I move wrong, one of them starts barking, and the other one starts humping her. It's just it's just awful. So we order out a lot,
Yeah. Okay. Understood.
and um,
Just collect all these.
yeah, we normally get like Chinese one day,
Yeah.
pizza another.
Right. Takeout.
Yeah, but um, unfortunately, most of the local pizza places don't deliver.
Yeah, which sucks. That
So
sucks.
Domino's is kind of our go-to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but I'm kind of sick of their pizza.
Honestly, I hate their pizza so much.
Yeah. So there's I've at least figured out what types I like there. Like there's plenty of options, and over the weeks I've narrowed it down to what's the best.
So sort of like sifting through something and
Yes,
just trying to find
exactly.
like the golden nuggets that are in there.
But
Okay.
recently I found their pasta isn't bad actually.
It's hard to screw up pasta though.
Oh no, that's true. I'm not saying it's like a great thing that they've achieved by
Uh,
making good pasta.
Olive Garden has gotten like so
Yeah,
has escaped by
yeah.
having like decent to okay pasta, which is not hard to do. And free breadsticks.
I think that last one. Kevin, one of these days I'm gonna get you an unlimited pasta pass.
Oh my god. I can't even eat pasta anymore, my man.
Oh really?
I haven't eaten carbs in like months.
Oh, is that for your diet thing, or is that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in general? Oh, okay. Um,
Which is going into something I'm going to talk about. But
yeah. All right. Ooh.
yeah,
Spoilers. But I'm getting the bread bowl.
okay.
Which
Wait, is that the is that the pasta within the bread bowl? Within
yes,
Why,
it's
Ted?
bread within bread
If comedians make like 30 jokes about it, you shouldn't get it. I've heard so many jokes about this pasta bread bowl crap.
with the Alfredo sauce, and then I
That's
get,
more cheese and carbs, dude.
and then
Okay.
well, Kevin, it comes. I get it.
It just come with a breadstick.
No, uh, Kevin, I get it one of two ways,
Okay.
and one I call actual pasta,
Okay.
where it comes with diced tomatoes,
Yeah.
black olives,
Okay.
and generally onions. I like onions quite a bit.
Onions are good. Yeah.
And then the other one is the Ted Special, where it has jalapenos, pineapple, and olives.
Oh my god, that sounds that. Okay, I can understand why you call that the Ted Special because no human being would want that.
All right, look, I have such weird pizza tastes. When I call my local store, the one that near my house, like two doors down,
Yeah, yeah.
at the end of
Get into the Ted.
at the end of the order, she goes, "All right, see you in 15 minutes, Ted." Like it's very clear she does not know too many people's names, and I am one of them. Like at one
Right.
point, I walked in and there was like 20 people in the store. This was pre-COVID,
Yeah, yeah.
and she's going, "All right, what do you have? What do you have?" And like going through, and I'm just last in line. It's like I know what you have, Ted, and just like skips past me.
What's kind of funny about that too is also when you have that sort of like familiarity, right? It's
Mm.
also like, can I change my order? I guess not because
Oh,
they.
I can.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh no,
Okay,
she comments on it.
okay, gotcha.
No, she went. This is Ted once. It's like, yeah, I have guests over. Oh, okay. And she was very confused. Like, did you say you want chicken wings? That's not.
That's.
Who are you?
Do I know a different Ted?
Yeah, she doesn't ask for names. She doesn't do that.
That's like the time that cop pulled you over when he thought you were like that guy stealing cars.
Oh God, I fit his description so well. Apparently.
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
All right. So that's what I've had. I'm not proud of it.
Yeah,
Um.
because you should not be. You pineapple and black olives and how the jalapenos does not throw me for a loop because that's fine. I would eat anything with jalapenos in it. It's the pineapple that really.
Oh, good. So wait. If I put jalapenos on this, you'd eat it then.
I wouldn't eat anything from Domino's ever again. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. I just can't.
Yeah. By the way, my default pizza is eggplant, feta, pineapple.
It's almost normal until you mention the pineapple.
Pineapple goes on everything, Kevin.
Does not. Does not.
This is where
It go-
Kevin is wrong. Please forgive him his sins.
This is where Ted has to go down to the psychiatric ward and hopefully get some sort of like non-pineapple pill. Something is affecting his left frontal lobe.
Look. I'm not gonna lie. I still don't understand anyone who hates pineapple on pizza. Pineapple should be the default topping.
It should
on
not be
pizza.
the default topping on pizza. Are you nuts? Cheese should be the default topping on pizza.
I meant like how pepperoni is the default topping.
Bacon should be the default topping. Sausage should be the default topping. There's so many better options that are meat that you hate, which makes you biased.
Actually, no. Even when I ate meat, I greatly preferred pineapple.
Like I said, let me check. Yeah, something's there. Some sort of protrusion is right there. Pineapple protrusion, I'll call it.
Kevin here just doesn't have joy in his life. Speaking of which, Kevin, talk about your weird diet thing.
Okay,
that
okay.
saps the joy from you. So
It doesn't sap the joy from me. Okay, I'm
I have
happy.
seen what you eat.
I'm happy, mostly happy. So what I've been like eating a lot is like cauliflower, like different versions of cauliflower.
That's way better than what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah, the big thing is like I didn't understand how versatile cauliflower was until I had to eat it. I always hated cauliflower just because it came in like the one form. You have like cheese on top of it, and I just didn't like that. But now that I've had like cauliflower rice and cauliflower mashed potatoes, I'm understanding that cauliflower is one of the best things ever.
No, I agree. Actually, so my main problem with cauliflower is the general ways of cooking it. I don't like.
Okay, yeah.
But like, I don't know why. If you make it like a little bit more crispy,
Yeah.
it's suddenly amazing.
Yeah, isn't that weird how that works?
Yeah, so it's like if someone just bakes it in an oven, I can stand it.
Yeah.
It's not great. If someone puts it on a grill for a little bit, chars it up, puts it in an air fryer to the point where it just gets a little bit crispy.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it.
It gets like a lot better for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin, did I ever tell you about the spiciest cauliflower in the world?
No.
All right, so I have a friend, Jake. He's a good man.
Okay.
Like
I had to preface that with he's a good man. I was gonna assume that anyway, but yeah. Okay.
And he had a excellent idea for a birthday party.
Okay.
This was just a few years ago. This wasn't like some weird high school thing. It was just like, oh yeah, let's have some people together.
It was post college. Yeah.
And have you ever seen the show Hot Ones?
Yeah, I love that show.
We reenacted it.
Oh, you had like the row?
Yes.
Oh, what was your cue or what was your list?
It was as close to it as possible. We had to make one substitution. Our substitution was hotter.
Nice. Okay, I like it.
Now here's the problem. Hot Ones is an interview show where they have one guy interviewing celebrities as they're eating spicier and spicier chicken wings.
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian. So was wasn't his girlfriend at the time, but girlfriend now, and we all knew it was going to be his girlfriend eventually.
Right. Okay.
It was painful watching it, Jake. We all knew.
Jake, get on that. Or you did get on it, so
yeah, eventually. Took long enough.
Yeah.
Watching them not date was like painful and cute because they'd like be as close to each other as possible without touching. It was very high school like first crush.
That's sweet. That's sweet. If not annoying, sweet.
Yeah, but so me and her are vegetarians. So what is our audio engineer getting into now?
Appears to be my sound bar, but that's the audio engineer for you.
All right, fair. So the chicken wings, they put some sauce on it, and for the last dab, we dabbed it in there as we did the show.
As per
The cauliflower, they marinated in the stuff.
Oh, okay. I see where the problem lies.
Yeah, for like 12 hours.
Oh my god. Was it it wasn't like the Magnum or 357. What was the hot sauce you dipped that in or marinated in?
Oh, no, we did all of them.
Oh.
No, we did the entire Hot Ones challenge.
Oh,
from least to most spicy.
Oh my god.
All of them separately.
That's amazing. Okay. I like that. That's awesome. Okay.
Yes. However, oh my god, were those spicy. Interesting enough, I did not actually have that much of a problem. Me and Jake were just kind of like having a pretty normal conversation about the quality of each hot sauce.
Okay, right.
Up until the second to last one.
That's when tides take a turn right there.
Yep. Okay, but it's not how spicy it was. That one, we could not get the taste out of our mouths. It was awful. And it burned, but that was not the problem we cared about. because we had all these things. We went milk and lemon juice, and everything to get rid of it, but we could not figure out how to get this taste out of our mouth. It was so bad.
Just a terrible taste. Just
Oh
lingering.
God.
Oh, great. That's great.
Yeah, the last stab was actually kind of overrated. Their spiciest sauce. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's hot,
Yeah.
but it was not anything as bad or long lasting as the previous one.
Is that like the mustard-based one, or am I thinking like a different one?
Oh, it beats the hell out of me, Kevin. This was a few years ago.
Okay.
This was a few years ago, and frankly, all I remember is getting a stomachache trying to like. No, so we were trying to get the taste out of our mouth for the last one, or the second to last one.
Yeah.
And we had milk on standby.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think I drunk half a gallon in about 10 minutes.
That's not good, Ted.
Yeah, that's not great. It was not fun. So I just had like this massive milk-induced stomach ache for the rest of the night.
You were pregnant on milk.
Yeah. But the worst part is, like, everyone's like, oh God, what's the last one? Then we just ate the last one. It's like, oh, this is okay.
That wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Everyone was so confused that everyone else did it.
Yeah.
Or tried.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I was in a milk-induced stomachache at the time, in the next room, petting their dog. So I don't really remember much of, like, how far people got. I remember I was kind of unimpressed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's fair. Man, really quick before we get into the characters we made this week.
Oh, yeah. We do have some announcements.
Do we have some announcements? I was going to just tell a story.
oh, yeah. You tell your story, too. I'll get up the announcements.
Okay, gotcha. So I was at Mohegan Sun at the Bow and Arrow bar, and they had these ghost pepper wings, and I don't know if it was the wings or not, but I passed out at the bar.
Oh.
Yeah, having like the wings. So I was like I was with my brother and everything like that. We were like eating the wings, and I just like kept on going through. I was getting like a little bit woozy for like whatever reason. Just kept on eating, and then I just like passed out in the back of my chair, which was the first for me. And yeah, just like everyone at the bar freaked out for good reason. I didn't know what happened that day, but
yeah, that's concerning, Kevin.
Yeah, it was concerning. It was. It hasn't happened since, so hopefully that was a one-time thing. But that was just a weird day. Just saying, man. I don't know if but yeah, if you go to the Bow and Arrow, don't get the ghost pepper wings. Apparently, you'll knock you out if you're of weak constitution like I am.
Kevin's not weak constitution. At one point, him and his entire family went on a party bus.
Oh,
and,
yeah, that was
I
fun.
met him at Foxwoods.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I'm pretty sure Kevin's the only one still standing.
Yeah, that's true. Also very true. We're skipping down the halls and everything like that, too. That was
we had a great time.
Yeah.
That bachelorette party sure does odd.
Yeah. All right, announcements.
All right, so first off, on a more local level, I suppose, we now have a Twitter.
Yeah, we do.
It's Downtime In, all one word.
Yep, as you do.
Same, downtimein@gmail is our email.
Yeah.
You can reach us there. I did not put apocalypse because I realized how hard that word is to spell.
It's kind of it. Yeah, I've had some trouble with that and re-editing things.
Yeah, so Downtime In, our Twitter and email. Feel free to read this. Feel free to reach out to us on that. For our Twitter, we are only following Dunkin' Donuts.
As we should. We need all the latest updates.
Yes. Speaking of updates from the war, I have news from the front.
Tell us, Ted, what is the news on the front?
All right. The following news comes from Tribune Auxiliarist Taylor Kirby.
What does he say?
Neither side can get through the Panama or around the Cape to launch a surprise attack. Starbucks has numerous missile silos in the private islands in the Bahamas, and is the only thing keeping the Duncan Navy from landing in New Orleans and breaking the bloody stalemate that has consumed the city since it's become a geographical linchpin for supplies and military control.
Oh, gee willikers.
Duncan's has the upper hand, of course, but the real battle still takes place in the dirty alleys and pristine state houses across the former United States.
Yes.
Of course, as we all know, the kingdom of Tim Hortons has maintained its neutrality over the last several months.
The Switzerland of coffee, yes.
However, we've been making diplomatic overtures towards them, hoping to gain access through their territory to attack the frozen north and give direct assault to the enemy. As we all know, Krispy Kreme sympathizers, those poor misguided souls, have been rising up lately, though they have been put down once and for all, we hope.
All hail Duncan.
All hail Duncans. Lastly, the Order of the Black Rifle in Texas has once again stayed neutral, but has been increasing its ties with the kingdom of Tim Hortons. We are hoping that they join our side. However, they have been insisting on peace talks for the predominant reason that the war over the Mississippi has created a refugee crisis in Texas.
It's weakness from the enemy's part, from what I see. Weakness, I say.
And that's what we have from Tribune Auxiliarist Taylor Kirby.
All right, I want to say thank you, Kirby, for doing God's work. And I'm sorry, the Emperor God's work. And just maintaining this information and news flow so we can tell our listeners what's going on the front.
Yes, please keep us updated, and we'll send you a care package of, well, probably more. I don't think they need more coffee. Should we get them like the Beyond Sausage?
How about water? They need more water, I think.
No. They want Dunkin's product. They willingly joined the legions. Think of the Beyond Sausage patty stuff.
Oh, yes, okay. That keeps for a while.
I actually have that. They're like not sausage patty.
Yeah, I have not had that yet.
It's better than you think it'd be. Sausage is one of those easier flavors to intimidate with vegan products.
Imitate.
Oh, I keep doing that.
Yeah, you said it's like one of those easier flavors to intimidate.
Yes. Sausage is terrified by vegan products. Actually, I guess that's kind of true.
Vegan products just bully sausage all the time.
Look. If you're going to have like any vegetarian products, the two things they get right all the time, chicken, and sausage.
Not bacon though. Bacon seems very hard for them for some reason.
No, not bacon. Corn dogs recently got a way better, though still aren't perfect.
Right. Okay.
Burgers over the last year have become good.
Yeah. True.
These are new advances in technology.
We're coming closer to the ultimate vegan surprise, which will taste like a real meal.
Honestly, if they were going somewhere else where it's like, I don't know, that Japanese game show where everything's a cake.
Oh, God. I saw
where
that
you
one.
bite into a steak and it turns out it's cauliflower.
Oh, my God. I saw the one where everything was like chocolate. So they just go around the room, start like biting desks and everything like that. And it's all chocolate-made things. That's so much fun. I love the Japanese. They're so good at being quirky.
I'm not sure if that was flattering or patronizing, Kevin.
It's flattering. If an American TV show did that, it would be so unbearable and just hard to watch.
Okay, you know what, Kevin, you're 100% right. I don't. Yeah.
It would be like, oh God, it would be having like cutaways. Like, is he gonna bite the chair? Is it really chocolate? Will he kind of chip his tooth? Oh my God, come back in 30 seconds. Yeah, it'd be like
no, you're right. You're right, Kevin. I guess the Japanese sensibilities actually makes that show like good.
Actually fun. Yes.
I guess the kind of false suspense thing we have. I can't. Like, there were so many reality shows I couldn't watch because there were so many commercials for them. like there was one called The Moment of Truth where it was just like these people were hooked up to a lie detector test, asked a bunch of questions, and then live on air they had to reveal whether or not they were true or false, and like they got kicked out if they ever said a lie.
Oh, okay.
But there was never any suspense because they would show right at the commercials, they'd be coming up, and they'd show the next question.
Okay.
Have a cutaway.
Yeah.
And then showed the audience reaction.
Oh, okay.
But this was like half of the show.
Right.
Like,
so
most of the commercials were previews for the episode it was on.
Oh my God, that's so dumb.
Yeah, it was awful.
I hate American television, like reality television.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Kevin, you can just say you hate American television. I mean, you're a big anime fan yourself. I mean, you can just not watch American television.
Well, some like American television's pretty good though. Yeah. Like some of it, like Breaking Bad.
That's true. So actually, this is going to sound strange. Now that you can just cut out all the commercials from streaming services.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. I found a lot of those are better.
Okay. Yeah, because it just gets like right to the point.
Yeah, like I watched them a decent amount, like the first 2.5 seasons of The Masked Singer a few months ago.
Okay.
It was way better without the
good commercials.
Oh yeah, it was way better.
I dislike that show just because it's. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't find it interesting.
No, I understand. I don't know what about it makes me like it. I cannot put. I know something's about.
Is it Ken Jeong or like whatever his name is?
Yeah. No. No.
It's all these celebrities you don't know.
Yeah, I don't. This is the thing. I think there's been like 3 celebrities I knew on that.
Okay, can you tell me who Antonio Brown is? He was one of the Masked Singers, man.
I don't remember.
Okay, exactly.
This was also like a year ago.
Okay. You can't keep on relying on that for your poor memory, okay? Come on. Even I remember that. It's like 2 years ago.
What season was he?
He was like season 1.
Nope, don't remember.
Okay, fine.
I remember the winner. T-Pain.
Yeah, well, he can actually sing.
I was shocked. It's like, wait, really?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I,
Um, I was not surprised by season 2 winners. I figured that one out real quick.
yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, that was Wayne Brady. I remember that.
I love Wayne Brady.
Yeah, he's very good. Apparently, he was on the Chicago cast of Hamilton for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. You
And
know that?
no, I found out when I was watching The Masked Singer,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, wow, I would have. Like, I never really thought of like the different casts,
You're right.
but the
Right.
Chicago cast apparently had a grade A star on that one.
Yeah. I mean, Wayne Brady. He's a good guy.
Yeah, no. That being said, his hints for like who he was. There was like 4 stools at one point with the on the chalkboard. Yes,
Oh,
and
that's
I'm
beautiful.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's got to be Wayne Brady. That's the only
Yeah.
option.
Yeah. I mean, unless you never watched that show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you've never watched Whose Line Is It Anyways.
Which I think everyone has.
Yeah, even my students who are young and everything have seen that, which I thought was interesting.
Like the Drew Carey one or the
Yeah, the Drew Carey one, the real
okay,
one.
the real the real one.
Look, I don't know anything about the remake.
Yeah.
Other than it's not as good. Everyone I talked to.
Well, it's definitely not as good.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I thought Drew Carey was on it, so.
No, he's too busy doing game shows, my man.
That's true.
He's too busy being on The Price is Right.
Yeah. Speaking of which, rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, Alex Trebek. Had a long battle, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You know who's going to host Jeopardy now?
Who?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought you were like gonna
No,
lead
that
it
was
up
a
with something.
legitimate question.
All right, well, it can't be anyone like really famous. It has to be like you know what I mean? Like, because that's like a lifetime thing,
Yeah.
basically for Alex Trebek at least. It was like a lifetime thing. So I wouldn't mind if it was just like a guy, and then he gets famous throughout the years. You know what I mean? Like Alex Trebek.
I guess.
Can't be anyone really famous.
I don't know why. I just want it to be Weird Al.
Yeah. Could that. He's not very. He's not. He doesn't give off the same vibe as Alex
No,
Trebek.
that's why I want it.
I love Weird Al. He's the best.
I saw him in concert a year ago.
Was that the extravagant, unnecessary concert or whatever it was called?
Yes, the
Indulgent
Yeah.
tour or something like that.
Yeah, we had a 57-piece orchestral orchestra with him.
I love that man so much. He is the best.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I saw him. There's this Facebook post that I'm always worried about. It's like the world will be so much darker when that man eventually passes. But they were hoping that when that happens, all of the people he parodied should perform the Weird Al versions of their songs.
That would be amazing.
As like a Weird Al memorial tour.
Too bad Michael Jackson can't do that. But you get like an impersonator, that'd be fine.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. But yeah, I would love that. That'd be great. He always like cleared that with the artist first before
everyone he got permission.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Also, I learned that from his Hot Ones episode.
Oh yeah, I watched that too. That was pretty. Was he able to get through the whole thing?
I do not remember.
Okay.
I remember thoroughly enjoying it. I remember hearing his thoughts on the accordion.
Yeah, and the accordion's sort of like the instrument that's like the nerdiest one.
Yeah, but he also thought like it got like a bad rep for a while because he was talking about like these older accordion artists and how, and I quote, the accordion's kind of a sexy instrument. Now Kevin, I don't know if you know this about me.
You've had sex with an accordion.
No. For the longest time, I hated accordions.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It all stemmed from when I was living in Italy.
Oh, and then you just heard it every day, I guess?
There were so many beggars on trains badly singing and playing accordions.
Ah, okay.
That I wanted an accordion knife, like just to shank accordions, because I was so sick of them. And for years...
He's reaching for the accordion knife. Back off, back off.
And for years, I could not stand accordions.
Okay.
But with all things, like my memory of names, they fade with times. And last year, I discovered Cajun music, which is very accordion-based.
And good.
Yeah, it's great. I love Cajun music. I don't know why.
I mean, the biggest thing I know, like accordion-wise, is just like Weird Al. I've never really sought out any music with accordions. I don't have like any opinion on it, really.
That's fair.
So it's more like, it's there.
I mean, yeah, it could very much just be the Weird Al instrument in someone's mind, and that's fine.
And yeah, that's fine. If he popularizes it in that way and just makes it a part of his thing, then that's cool.
Yeah, no. Honestly, yeah, I think Weird Al does great service to the accordion.
Yeah, he's like is he like the face of the accordion now, I guess?
Yeah, almost definitely.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of hot ones, by the way, did you see the Gordon Ramsay one?
Yes, I did. I was
Ah,
surprised on.
you freaking down it.
I was surprised how to put this, weak he was.
I mean, English palate.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
England, a country that conquered the world for spices and determined that none of their food should have any.
It was too good to have any of it in their food,
Seriously, no.
except for like vinegar and salt.
Why? It's so weird. They conquered so many places for spices,
Yeah, like
and their
India.
food is so
like,
bland.
oh god.
Well, okay, so in their defense, like a friend of mine's from England.
Yeah.
And well, English food is meh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
their default, like out on the town drinking food is curry.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that
like
makes
they
sense.
still have like curry over fries is like an English thing that I've never heard of before.
Is that like is that sort of like poutine where it's just
Yes,
like
but
yeah.
but curry, and
That sounds so much more preferable.
right. Like just imagine the curry sauce over French fries.
I mean, that's a great idea.
Yeah, well, in Belgium, because they're obsessed with French fries.
Yeah.
They may or may not have invented them. They have like 70 different sauces for them,
Okay, right.
and one of my
70.
yeah. Oh no, that's not a joke. And one of my
Jesus, yeah.
favorites is their like it's this yellow curry sauce, and it kind of has
Yeah.
the texture of ketchup, but a curry flavor. They also have curry ketchup.
I would like to try that. That sounds
Yeah.
pretty good.
Their ketchup has no sweetener in it, and is very much just vinegar and tomato, and is awful. Their barbecue's worse.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
sad.
and they have this sickeningly sweet barbecue-like sauce called an American sauce, which I've never had anything close to in America.
Is it just sort of like oh, you don't like our sauce, huh? Let's make a overly sweet American sauce.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
That seems like a joke.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who likes it, so it could be. The American sauce is awful.
So I love the idea that you make something at a loss because nobody likes it, and you just keep on making it just to spite someone. It's like a spite coffee store or something. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's bad. It's the
American sauce,
is awful.
the Dutch American sauce is bad. Or is it Dutch?
So I actually don't know its origin. I mean, it's in Belgium, so
Okay.
though I only lived in Flanders, so you could say it's the Flemish American sauce.
It's the Flemish American sauce. Okay. Which makes it sound nasty as well. Flemish American sauce. Just think of like phlegm.
Literally, my friend Thomas popped into my brain when he said phlegm.
Oh, okay.
So that word has radically different connotations to me.
I think of that nasty stuff in the back of
Yeah,
your
no,
throat.
and I know what you meant, but like the first thing, it's like, oh, look, imagine a Fleming. Like, oh, he's over there.
Oh.
His name's probably Walter,
What?
because all of them have that name. Or Kuhn.
There's like Steve in America.
There's
So many Steves. But let's get back to topic.
All right. Okay. So Kevin made me watch. God,
The best movies ever seen.
I'm so sick of these stupid movies, Kevin.
I know.
Jade Cobra versus Diamond Fox. Did I get that right?
You were so close. Diamond Cobra versus the
White Fox.
Yes. Ted, you've earned a cookie today, a
Oh.
vegan cookie. So it's not good.
You can make a decent vegan cookie.
You could. It just requires a lot more effort than a normal cookie.
No. So, okay. Quick tangent, Kevin.
Yep.
Actually, I didn't find this out until a few years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, most vegan food I don't mind
Okay.
for baking.
For baking, yeah.
Yeah, particularly because the substitute for eggs that is the most organic substitute is just bananas. And they apparently have a very similar cooking like chemistry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can also use about a pint of blood.
That doesn't seem vegan, though.
It's not, but it has the same cooking chemistry.
Why would you know that? Ted?
Facebook.
Don't vaccinate your kids and use blood in your cookies.
Oh God. Kevin, don't get me on this. Don't get me on that. I deal with so many
Corona.
anti-vaxxers.
All right, let's not talk about that. Yeah.
But I really don't like eggs. Like even the smell of cookie eggs like gets me nauseous.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's just something about the chemistry of eggs that maybe I'm allergic to or just my body repulsed. If something is made with bananas rather than eggs, it's suddenly just like infinitely more palatable to me.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
but like it will be like it's weird because the taste is definitely different. Sometimes it's better or worse.
Yeah, depending.
But my body just accepts it more. So if like the first time someone gave me one of these cookies that was just made with bananas rather than eggs, it was not as good. I will admit that. But for some reason, it was like my body just went.
But my body.
It's like you can have these. These
Yeah.
are great.
These are fine for you.
Not good for my massive sweet tooth knowing this exists.
No, your teeth are like, please, God, please, Ted, stop.
I have so many cavities, Kevin. And I brush twice a day.
Yeah.
Actually, now I use a special like pain-numbing toothpaste, so I brush 3 times a day.
Okay.
I try to floss every day. It's closer to every other.
Right.
I take better care of my teeth than most people I know.
Well, you know what's wrong?
Are you gonna
It's
say
a little-
pineapple?
No, but yes. But I was gonna say your genetics, not great, probably
Yeah.
for teeth.
Apparently.
So that's the ultimate thing where you just cannot, like, if you could run every day and just have like an amazing cardiovascular workout regime, but then you still die of a heart attack anyway.
A coworker of mine used to run ultra marathons,
Yeah.
and then like he had this weird like blood vessel explode in his brain. It's like but because of that he developed type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, which is, I mean, like, yeah, forget me having like a good healthy life. Who cares about that?
Right? It's
Freak
like,
accident.
this man has literally run 100 miles in a day.
Yeah, and then now he's got type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's like that's the worst.
All right, so less about how life can be unfair, more about how multiple lives can be unfair. So, after watching the god-awful movie with a vague Egyptian theme,
Good segue, by the way.
thank you, I had Kevin learn a bit about Mummy from the World of Darkness series. Now, there are 3 versions of this game I'm aware of. There is the first edition, the second edition, and the New World of Darkness version. Now, I have nothing against New World of Darkness. I'm just going to say that. I know a lot of people do, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The World of Darkness is kind of the dark fantasy thing. It's where a bunch of goth kids basically play vampires and such. Vampire the Masquerade is their big one, and it's even in the first book, there's like rules for LARPing and being costume and everything in the back.
Yeah.
You're supposed to play these high political intrigue vampire escapades, and there's sub-series. Werewolf is probably their most famous one. Mage the Ascension is apparently amazing. Like all of the different creatures are represented. Hell, there's even one where you just play a normal person.
Yeah, and I don't know how that works, but
So there's one where you play a normal person, in which case you're basically a horror movie victim.
you just have to survive.
Yeah, and then there's Hunter the Vigil.
Oh, okay, where you play more of a Van Helsing character.
Yes, and some of them have like access to resources and magic and everything. Some don't, and you just have like a network of people, and that's it.
Okay.
Now, we played Mummy first edition, and I picked first edition because it has the exact same amount of lore as this movie does. Negligible.
Yes, it's very true.
Now, it even says in Mummy, you're not supposed to play this like without the main vampire book, and it's made to kind of be a supplement to that. You can play an all Mummy adventure, that'll be fine, but meh.
But meh, why do that?
Yeah, but
Because-
ooh, sorry, Kevin. Is that me getting messages?
Is it you? It might be me. Nope, definitely you.
Yep. It was an email from work saying it's one of my students' birthdays.
Okay. Happy birthday to that student.
Happy birthday, Asher.
Okay.
I lost my train of thought.
So it's meant to be a supplement, not like its own thing.
Yeah, but and it's even built into the lore.
Right.
So the whole thing goes back to ancient Egypt. Here's the main story of it.
Yeah.
Long ago, there were.
There was pharaohs, and they played dueling card games.
I actually was thinking of playing. Kevin, we were making characters. I was thinking of playing that.
Okay, like we and the Great Pharaoh.
Yeah, no, I like her characters more though than the cheap Yu-Gi-Oh ripoff.
Yeah.
But there was the great pharaoh Osiris, and he lived a long life and had a prosperous reign. He had 2 sons, Anubis and Set. Anubis was the eldest and the rightful heir. He wasn't a great king. He was bellicose, not as introspective, not as wise as his father.
Yeah.
But besides getting involved with wars and other politics, he wasn't a tyrant or anything.
Yeah.
However, his brother wished to rule in his stead. A civil war happened, and Set was banished into the desert.
As you do.
Yeah. Anubis eventually started losing his wars.
Yeah.
And a stranger came to the kingdom, and he made a pact with the king. Anubis became a vampire, particularly one of the early generations of vampire who are the scions of Cain from the Bible. Yeah, vampire has some amazingly cool lore that's in-depth and theological and everything.
Yeah.
We get none of that here.
No.
We don't deserve that, Kevin. We did not. We did not want something that deserves that story. We
Well,
got Mummy story.
I mean, this seems like an insult to D'Andre Brown, who worked so hard on that movie there, my man.
It is.
Yes, okay.
Fight me.
Right, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Feel free to challenge me to a duel if you want.
D'Andre Brown?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we're calling you out, D'Andre Brown. You and Ted Johnson, get on over here. It's my Ted versus your Ted. Oh, wait, I think he passed away.
Oh. Oh, that's right. It was dedicated to him.
I'm sorry. Please go on, Ted.
All right.
Let's go past that.
Yeah, let's go past me, you on the dueling grounds in New Jersey. Anyways,
Just like Hamilton.
exactly. Everything's legal in New Jersey.
Everything's legal in Jersey.
Actually, you can't have a legal duel in Massachusetts.
Okay, good to know,
The governor
too.
has to be present, though.
Oh, Baker won't do that.
He never said he had to be willing.
Ah!
He just has to be there. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to know about it.
That's great. I love that, dude. Let's. We're not going to talk about this on the podcast, but that's. I have an amazing idea.
Yeah.
Go on, Ted.
But now that Anubis is a vampire, and
Yeah.
one of the early vampires are super powerful.
Like a god, akin to a god.
Yes, basically. I mean, there's a reason that name means god, a type of god.
Yeah.
And he starts winning his wars. Sadly, his brother Set made a similar pact with a different entity.
Isn't that just the darndest thing? Isn't that just like, well, oh, my brother made the same pact with a different type of, like, I also assume evil.
So at that point, I think they're both third generation vampires.
Yeah.
So there's only like 11 things they could have made the pact with.
Okay, so you could literally narrow that down, huh?
Yeah, if I knew more about vampire lore, I
Yeah.
could probably give you an educated guess on which one.
Okay, gotcha. Just to be a dick, he just gave his brother the powers too, I guess.
I know it was the same guy. I think it would be two different
entities. Yeah, okay.
2 of the 11.
Okay, so, well, it could be just the same thing, also just to be a dick.
That would also make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't actually mention what powers. So the lineages of vampire have different powers.
Oh, it doesn't mention what powers they get?
Correct. At least in this book, once again. There
Okay,
might be more in other vampire supplements, but also this is first edition, and they might have changed this in other editions. Who knows? New World of Darkness makes no reference to this, which bugs me.
Yeah.
Or not as much, because bloodlines don't matter as much.
Which is kind of dumb, but yeah.
They still matter, but it's not like every generation gets weaker than the previous. You know, there aren't.
That was the most interesting thing about that, though.
Yeah.
And they got rid of it.
Yeah.
Why?
It made it less dark. Because even the monsters got weaker with time.
Okay, but that also just makes it, like, less interesting.
Yes.
All right. Okay, we're on the same thing here.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I don't have anything against New World of Darkness, but it is not as good as Old World.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyways, so once they figured out this was going to be an ongoing conflict between the two brothers, you know,
Like forever.
yeah, Anubis had to flee at one point. This all comes from one person's perspective, like when telling.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I was an old farmer, and suddenly then I was like harbinging my king.
Yeah.
I became a war criminal for a while.
Yeah.
My son became an officer in the army and then died.
Yeah.
But Anubis went, okay, I need more help. And for some reason, he didn't just turn people into vampires.
Well, yeah. We wouldn't have a story otherwise.
Maybe he did, and that's one of the bloodlines of vampire. Once again, I haven't...
Is Mummy?
No, from him.
Okay.
I haven't looked into it. But he decided he was going to make immortals. Sort of.
Yeah, okay.
So he and his sister wife...
What?
Oh, yeah,
What?
Yeah, I think her name's Isis, from the Egyptian goddess.
Yeah.
Who's his sister and his wife. At one point,
Well, this is a lot grosser than I remember it being.
at one point, Set like captures her and makes her his wife. Yeah.
God.
Skipping over that.
Okay, skipping over that, please.
But he decides to, or she decides to change their burial ritual.
Yeah.
So the souls of a person cannot pass into the afterlife, and they have the magic to remake their bodies.
Oh, okay, right.
So in Egyptian lore, the souls have multiple parts. The main ones are the Ban Ka.
Yeah.
One's kind of the thought, and one's the main part of the body.
Okay, right.
They have their own separate personalities, and they fuse together when you're alive to make one. This is, well, even in modern day, like, you have two halves of your brain.
Was like the id and the ego?
No, I
Or
mean literally the left and right
oh,
parts of your brain,
yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah.
gray matter. So if you split those from different surgeries and everything, you can actually see the two different personalities of your brain.
Oh, that's
Like,
really cool.
yeah,
Okay.
everyone's kind of two people, and the gray matter makes it one.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, this is why you can vehemently disagree with yourself.
Okay. Huh. Huh. I
Yeah,
did not. Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
people with kind of less gray, is it gray or white matter? I think it's white matter in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Can actually like they'll occasionally when they're having these conflicted feelings, you can actually kind of see them stop and even on sides of their body see different reactions.
Right. And then kind of like fight. It's like that Doctor
Yeah,
Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of
but
thing.
that's real. That
Yeah.
is a legitimate thing inside of us. We're all two people,
Okay.
which is terrifying. Um,
Yeah. That also brings up like the. I wonder if like twins. You know what I mean? Where that's like kind of like a split.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
So.
yeah,
And I wonder if one point then that just would be one person, and then that would just be like two different kind of.
yeah. I don't know. It gets weird.
It does get weird, yeah.
But now I'm really off topic. Oh my god, Kevin.
So
Uh,
the immortals
oh
who
yeah,
are immortal but not really immortal
yeah.
with their
So
ba and their cause.
yes, their bond is barred from the afterlife.
Yeah.
So whenever they die, it takes some time, but they gather spiritual strength and revive their body
Okay.
as it was when they died.
Okay.
So like, or when the ritual performed. The ritual kills you.
So is it sort of like I is the ritual like I don't know how detailed it goes
It
into like
doesn't.
okay, never mind. I was gonna
It,
say
it,
like what does the ritual do?
I wish I could tell you more, Kevin.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's like a modified
What?
version of the Egyptian burial rite, which does mean your brain comes out your nose.
So they do have brains?
So they have to, with their spirit or outside help, they have to put together their bodies when they die.
Which doesn't I okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
Mummification is actually pretty good when they're dead because it's all right there.
Yeah. Okay.
It takes minimal spiritual strength,
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
but I don't know how they kill you.
All right. I mean, that would be good to know.
Yeah, he talks about the sensation of death, but not the process.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. All right. So there's that.
Yeah. So
the immortals,
the immortals,
aka
and
mummies.
mummies, and they come back again and again. They become these eternal adversaries of Set.
Okay. Right.
Now, the cult of Isis becomes sort of this secret society inside of Egyptian kingdoms,
Mm-hmm.
and their job is to make these mummies.
Okay.
And at first, it goes great, and several of the best and brightest are preserved forever into these immortal forms to come and fight back Set over and over again.
Yeah.
This doesn't last forever. Set eventually corrupts the cult, and corrupts the ritual enough that he creates 7 just mad mummies.
Some mad mummies in here.
And the cult then starts picking people for different reasons. Rather than having these high standards, sometimes it's for prophecy that they do it, or theological reasons, or the stars align,
Right.
or they're bribed, or
whatever. Yeah.
yeah. Eventually, Anubis finds out about this and shuts it down, and the cult of Isis overcorrects.
Oh, and they only make one like every century.
Yeah, like you have to be the elite of the elite, the best of the best, the cream of the crop.
Okay.
Kevin and I did not make those characters.
No, we did not. We're more of the prophecy / random.
Yeah, so now mummies do get some special abilities.
Yeah.
They get some ancient Egyptian magic.
Which is cool.
Yeah, so you can, like my character, do a little bit of alchemy. You can make these protective charms or make these little statues that work for you.
Yep. And yeah.
You have your own special types of magic points. You can't remember too much from your old lives, but you can remember a little bit. When you're dead, you can do some things in the mortal world, though it might, if you do it too much, it might prolong your time in this in-between limbo state by a decade.
Yeah, which, not good.
You don't want to, but you can if you like. It's going to save someone's life or it's necessary.
Right.
It's not bad to do. You have the option.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, you do die easier than most things.
Well, your grasp on the moral coil is a little bit less so when you've been dead 10 times or
I
something.
mean, that's kind of it, though. Once you die a couple times, like you lose that instinctual will to live, that fight for every last breath. Like you just don't have that anymore. Like even on an instinctual level, it's like I'll be back.
Yeah. So who cares?
Yeah. I mean, you might desperately care at that moment, but there's something in your subconscious that goes, "This isn't as important as it used to be."
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, one thing I always think about is like Wolverine, right? And there's always that thought of there's that thought experiment of, well, what if Wolverine just gets like trapped in like a cavern and just can't get out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then he can't die, so he'll just be trapped in that cavern forever until somebody finds him.
There was a story I read about an immortal who that happens to for like a century.
Oh God.
Crap, I can't remember. Oh, I think it was a Warhammer story.
Oh, okay, so something a little different, but yeah,
Well, there's these being called perpetuals that keep coming back when they die.
yeah,
And there's two types. Some their soul gets literally reborn to a different body,
yeah.
and those whose body just regenerates.
Oh, okay, so he was the regenerative
Yeah,
type.
but
Yeah.
he was like at the bottom of the ocean from a sunk ship.
Oh, that sucks.
He just kept drowning over and over again.
That is terrible. That's like the remember the myth of rolling like the stone up the hill?
Yeah, Sisyphus.
Yeah, and that sucks.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So when you're playing these mummies,
Yeah. When you're a mummy, not a mad mummy, mind
no,
you.
no, they're enemies. They have stats.
Okay.
You're supposed to like fight back the forces of Set, and they've given up on Egypt. Set keeps a mobile fortress. Anubis lives in the Alps.
Yeah.
However, there is no information about like what to do besides fight these mummies, like these 7 particular things. And by the way, if you're wondering, like, well, what are the odds? Like, is it an even match? Like, is there only no? There are 43 exactly of the good mummies.
And 7 of the bad ones.
Yeah, it's not exactly a fair fight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And while there might be vampires and everything, it doesn't tell you much about like what they'd be doing and how they serve. Maybe that's something I need to know more about vampire.
Right. Right.
But man, this book does not do a good job explaining what you're supposed to be doing. Even the adventure in the back that you're playing has so little to do.
With like anything.
All right, so
It's just a chain gang, right?
Kevin.
Yeah.
If you were writing a book about adventures with this particular goal, would you have the adventure in the back have nothing to do with that?
No.
Yeah, okay. So it's literally about a road trip. Now, this is one of those things.
Now, Ted. Here's the thing, though. Subverting expectations.
True. Now, but so in World of Darkness, you can't have those things. You know, it's not fighting is not a major part of World of Darkness. It's not always the showdown. It's all about the political
Intrigue.
maneuvers.
Yeah.
It's more West Wing than
Okay.
24 than it is a lot of things. I know 24 is an action show, but there's still a lot of stuff like it in there.
Yeah. Where it's more about, well, what's going
No.
on, who's got the ties here,
Yeah.
what the connections are. Yeah.
But Adventure Back is about a road trip where you have with a mummy who used to be a beggar. You reminisce a lot. Then you go on Highway 666 and try to avoid becoming a chain gang in hell.
Yeah, so your normal kind of mummy adventure.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I legitimately cannot tell you why this is here. It's such a tonal shift from the rest of the book.
Not trying to, like, I don't know, stop Set from, like, having a new mummy or something like that, or anything that's important to the plot.
Yeah, but so that might not actually have anything to do with your campaign, but even then, having these people that like have multiple lives and everything and the different themes, like the first bit of the road trip where they're just reminiscing about their lives and changes is good. I think that sets the theme. Then radical left turn at the end.
With the chain gang, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Chain gang in hell run by demons. They have to pay with virtues of toll booth. They have to solve these different riddles. It's very weird.
That is very weird. Okay, yeah.
So because we're not entirely sure what to do, me and Kevin made characters that also
don't know what to do.
Yeah, they don't really. They're I think we described it as like it'd be a good sitcom. I was thinking kind of a Perfect Stranger sort of thing.
Yeah, I could definitely see that with these two characters.
I think they're old friends from Egypt.
Yeah.
But Kevin, would you like to go first or shall I?
I'll go first this time. Okay.
So just let you all know, there's a few different parts of character creation. The first bit is choosing your background, which ranges from peasant to pharaoh. There's like 12 in total. Kevin and I rolled.
Yeah, of course. So first off, I got with the name Ankh Sar, just like XR. And I rolled a 1, so I got an architect. And yeah, he is somebody that got recognized for his great achievements of building giant monuments and being in charge of doing these fantastical things. And so they decided to keep him around. But then he got uninspired by that. And
Okay, look, how many lifetimes of being an architect do you have to live through before you stop caring about it?
To be fair though, like architecture changes so much over time.
That might be why you stopped caring about it.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's also like he tried to bring back these old style of building. And it's like, well, we can't do that, Mr. Johnson. No, but I want it like this. No, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't fit in within the budget. You know what? We're just blowing it up. So he went into demolition instead, and now he's much more enthused about blowing things up in artistic ways.
All right. Is there any particular skills or stats, right? That, anything you find interesting now in this game system?
Yeah.
There's there are stats in three different categories,
Yes. Yeah. Physical, social, and mental.
and based on your background, one of them's your primary, and you basically you have a certain amount of points to distribute. You get the majority in your primary. You pick one of the other two to be your secondary, and the last one is your dump stat.
Yeah. Basically.
So you pick one you're very good at, one you're pretty good at, and one you're god awful at.
Yep. I am not very physically strong or good.
Nor is my character.
Yeah. So went all mental, very smart, very witty. Yeah, and actually no, my dump set's social because I have like zero charisma and just manipulation, and my appearance is god awful.
Okay, okay. And Kevin, what you pick for your skills? The skills come in similar things. They can be knowledgey skills. They can be proper skills that you worked on. There can be talents that are kind of innate.
I would say architecture is one of the skills I picked for
Shocking.
obvious reasons. Yeah, demolitions and carpentry.
Oh,
Yeah, I decided like you know what, if I want to make a manger, then that's my business. And also, since we might be hunting vampires, I don't know what we're going to be doing. It'd be nice to have like just a thing of wooden stakes on me at all times.
all right. And now there's two parts of the end you pick. One is your magic, and the other is based on your career and how bad it is. Basically, you get a certain amount of freebie points. The worse your like life was,
Yeah.
the more freebie points you get, though the less like magic and social status you have.
Well, there you go.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's not a perfect thing. Sorcerers cost the most and get the most magic. Pharaohs are a close second. You don't get as much magic, but you're a pharaoh,
Yeah.
and in a game that's a lot of role playing and everything, just being the status of I literally ruled Egypt
Yeah.
is saying something.
Yeah. It gives you a lot of chutzpah.
Yeah, it does though.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, tell me about those last things. What did you spend your freebie points on, which I think you and I had quite a bit of?
Yeah.
And what did you put your points in for magic?
All right. So for magic, I went with the figurines or figures because if you pick one of those, there you get to make little tiny workers that do stuff for you, and that seemed like a interesting way to make that architecture work, and also to set up demolitions.
Just have these tiny little people putting bombs into drywall.
Yeah, and like back in the old Western times, they just had one and put them inside of a saddle, dynamite, just have them light a stick, and then just watch it explode.
God, Kev, we should have put these guys in the Old West
Yeah, that would have been great.
instead of Seattle. I think we agreed upon.
we agreed on Seattle.
Yeah,
but,
Seattle Mummies.
Seattle Mummies of Seattle. But other than that, also went with like alchemy, and then just put a lot of points back into like magic, so I have more magic points to do my stupid things.
All right, so the struggling artist turned I don't know what you call it.
Anarchist?
No,
Yeah, struggling artist turned anarchist or turned.
I guess just disheartened artist. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a struggling artist, just a bored artist.
Yeah, someone who has lost the thrill of creation and seeks destruction.
Yes, I like that. Okay.
A postmodernist.
The only most beautiful art is to destroy art.
All right, so the character I made is Hotentoten 10.
What does that mean, Ted?
So it's a Dutch word.
Yep.
It's the traditional dwelling of the Hotentoten people. It's a real Dutch word.
I
love it.
I doubted you for like 2 minutes, and then I didn't have a reason to doubt you anymore.
Yeah. For obvious reasons, he goes by Hotentoten.
Yep. I love his parents.
So, anyways, I got artist, though Kevin's character is wildly more artistic than mine. How you may ask? I have no points in artist.
Okay.
So this character fulfilled an ancient prophecy and brought the holy scroll of, I don't know, Bas, I think is the god of cats in Egypt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
To the priests of Isis, and fulfilling the prophecy back in the more or less at random era.
Yeah.
He was granted immortality. The problem is he forged that scroll. So he has a lot of mental stats, a lot of social stats, and is very weak physically. Besides some dexterity, he's awful.
Yeah, the same here.
Yeah, but he's really good at firearms, sneaking, forgery, empathy, subterfuge, dodging, acting. He knows a little bit of art history and theology, so he can get the forgery right.
Yeah.
There's a little bit about law, so he can get away with this crap. But the problem is, his one thing is he refuses to admit to anyone that this was more or less an accident or a mistake.
Do I know that?
That would be a great role play thing to
Yeah.
happen. I don't know. Maybe you're like the one person who figured it out.
Right.
That's why we live together.
Like we drank like ancient Egyptian wine together, and then you just let it slip. And like, oh really?
Yeah. So he refuses to do that. Admit that he's not like this, Messiah.
Right. This prophecy-esque figure.
Yeah. So he fakes it till he makes it.
Yeah.
That's
an ancient Egyptian saying that he made up.
Yeah, exactly. So like he does his best to be this big damn hero whenever called upon. He not have 10 times. He just tries to lay low and be forgotten about. So I put all his points into alchemy.
Yeah.
And when you pick alchemy, you have to pick what type of potion at each level.
Yeah.
So he has one potion that increases his strength by a dot. It goes on dot system 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Another potion that increases his stamina by 2 dots because they're both at the minimum of 1, so he needs something to be somewhat physically enabled.
Yes.
And the last one's a healing potion.
Makes sense.
And he knows how to dodge, run, and gun.
Yeah.
He's not particularly amazing at it, but he can do it.
Yeah, he can do it. And it helps that I took wards, so I can help boost you up a little bit.
Yes. Now, he still has excellent broad skills.
Yeah.
So he really got into pyramid schemes. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you for setting up that joke.
He might be the inventor of the term. In his past life, he invented the pyramid scheme.
I thought you were gonna say he was the inventor of the Tupperware parties.
That's a great idea.
I love that idea.
So, that's it. He invented the Tupperware party. He was good friends with Ponzi.
Yeah.
He just
also Bernie Madoff.
Yep. He was a big in his previous life or 2 lives ago. He was part of the South Sea bubble in England.
I love it. Great.
He just kept doing these get rich quick schemes.
It's a horrible fallout to everyone else around him. Yeah. But he always gets away fine.
Or he dies.
Oh yeah, you know those things of those stockbrokers who just jump off and everything like that. Yeah, every time.
Yeah, but
I'll be back.
It's this is a line of stockbrokers on the top of a skyscraper. And it's all of you are way too glum about this. We're just, you're not doing this as a tax dodge.
I see.
Yeah.
Is anyone here immortal?
Yeah, I see. See, this is me just going, let's let the heat die off.
Yeah, let's let those investors get something. Not anything from me, but...
God, that's an interesting thing where you can just die to avoid the heat.
Yeah, and avoid taxes, too.
Yeah, but it's I'll be back.
Yeah.
This is very little skin off my bones. This is a minor inconvenience at most. I'm really good at forging. I will make a new identity when I get back.
You know how the government takes half your assets after equity and everything like that if you pass away? I think that law was made because of him. You had one person that was yeah, this is kind of odd how that keep on happening, and then his family keeps on getting the money back every single time. I better make a law about this.
Yeah, it's becoming an issue.
It's billions of dollars of untaxed money.
I don't know. It's the idea of playing this scam artist who just wants to get rich quick, but then occasionally goes on these heroic adventures.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That's great. It's like Jonathan from the Mummy.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
I did not put 2 and 2 together, actually.
Yeah.
That's a much better movie. If we watched that one, Kevin, we would be talking about 2nd edition Mummy.
Well, you've watched that movie before, so we can't watch that.
That's true.
Yeah, so nothing is ever going to happen with that.
And the second one. Is there a third one?
There's the third one. Third one's not that great. It had Jet Li in it.
That's not necessarily bad.
I know. I'm just saying a fact. It was also not very good. So it also had Yetis.
You're trying to dissuade me.
I'm not trying to dissuade you.
You're making it sound better.
Yeah, I know. I make it sound good. It sounds like it'd be cool, but it's not.
I'm a big fan of Yetis in general.
Just Yetis in fiction?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm also a big fan of Sasquatches in fiction, actually.
And that's why I showed you Suburban Sasquatch.
Yeah. Okay, so I finished the Dresden Files series a little while ago.
Oh, is there a
And,
suburban Sasquatch?
no, there's an urban Sasquatch.
Oh, okay.
Because so in the there's a couple anthologies of books
Yeah.
that are just short stories, and there are I think 3 stories about Bigfoot, and particularly his human son or half human son.
So someone had sex with Bigfoot?
Yeah, you meet her.
What'd she say?
Oh well, so basically, she got lost on an archaeology expedition,
Okay.
and Bigfoot saved her.
Oh, and then she fell in love.
Yeah, they are sort of they're in a non-committed relationship. Is the best way to put it. But yeah, actually,
Friends who have sex, yes.
yeah, and have a child. And I quote for her: "The heart wants what it wants." Um, but the Bigfoot in that is actually I forget the name of Janasqua. I think is their term they use.
Okay.
It's for the Native American things.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Suburban Sasquatch.
Oh, it
calls
says that.
at
Yeah.
one point.
See, it's got some things to it there.
Yeah. But the Bigfoot that hires the wizard Harry Dresden, um, is strength of rivers on his shoulder.
Okay.
He literally lives on a Native American reservation.
Oh, okay. Right.
And hires him to like help his son out.
Oh, all right. Good dad.
Yeah. Well, he never met his son.
Oh, bad dad.
Well, so there are reasons for that. He's worried that when he meets him,
Yeah.
like he won't understand or it'll complicate his life, and also there's more restrictions, kind of society on Bigfoot. Like his people have 3 distinct paths.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want his son to live such a restricted life.
Oh, okay. I see.
He's trying to be good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's great. But River has a son, Erwin.
Yeah.
And the first time he's getting bullied by other supernatural beings. The second time, a teacher notices how much of an aura he has.
Yeah.
And starts draining his life force away to regrow his hair. Yeah. The problem is, while Erwin has a super magical half Bigfoot aura.
Yeah.
The problem is because he has that to bolster his physicality.
Yeah.
His immune system naturally has never had to work.
Oh.
So suddenly, when the aura is being siphoned and he gets mono.
Oh, that's okay. That sucks. Okay.
Yeah, the third book's with him in college, and Dresden's literal price is at the end of this you have to meet your son.
Yeah.
That is my price for helping him.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The Sasquatch short stories are my favorite.
Right. That's really interesting. It sounds more interesting than the movie we watched.
Oh yeah, way more interesting. No. Actually, there's one other Sasquatch you meet, and he's part of the 3 paths. There's ones that are the forest like walkers,
Yeah.
the Star Watchers, and the Path of Blood. Like
Okay.
those warriors. They're
Yeah.
actually where we got the myth of Grendel.
Oh, okay.
And the one you meet is called Blood on His Soul, which is sort of a badass name.
It is, but it's also something I would have came up when I was like 13.
Yeah. But still, it's like when one of the names is Strength of Rivers on His Shoulders.
That's also, yeah.
And then the next one is Blood on His
Soul. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you met my cousin, Blood on His
His
Soul.
soul.
Like, wait, what? That's it. Whoa, that's his name? In the first book, you never actually learn, like, the one little Bigfoot's in, you never hear his name.
Oh, okay. Right. All right.
He refused to say it. That's his name.
Yeah. You met my cousin, Blood on His Soul. You should meet his wife, Blood on Her Soul. Oh, God. Oh, so, Ted, we had fun creating these characters.
Yep.
Let's go with a quick rating of Mummy.
Okay.
So, I'd say 5 wraps out of 8.
I think I'd go 4.
4 wraps out of 8. I like this. I like this idea a lot more if it was more expanded upon.
Yeah, this is one of those things where the other editions really did a lot for it.
Yeah.
Like, I just breezed through the second edition one, and I saw things about the Holy Land, and it really expanded on the mythology behind it, and
Yeah.
what their purpose was, and all this, and the spirit realms and everything, which
Right.
this just did not have.
Like the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, exactly, but kind of though. I think that's actually where the moral is going.
Time to duel.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Have you ever like rewatched the show as an adult?
I have, and it's not very. I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of like, I don't know. I don't know. I want to talk about this like next time. Just like want to watch some old cartoons and just like kind of retrospectively go back on them a little bit.
That'd be nice, Kevin.
Yeah. I want to see like Rocko's Modern Life and stuff like that.
So, Kevin, we'll talk about this afterwards because as a kid, I was weirdly picky about cartoons.
Yeah.
So there's a lot I have not seen.
Oh,
Like, I don't
okay.
think I've ever seen Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, I love Ren and Stimpy, so all right. I'd be interested to see what you think about it.
Yeah, all right. I think we might have a different take for our next episode. Now, we might not have an episode as quick as normally do. We do have Thanksgiving coming up, and
Yep.
Kevin has a wonderful family holiday, and I will be working.
Yep. So while I'm relocating my bunker for a little while, you'll be maintaining your shaman S duties.
Yeah. Okay, look, Kevin.
Yeah. Sorry, High Elder Shaman.
Thank you. Okay, so just for the sake of you not having to edit too much, I'll keep this brief.
Okay.
I work at a boarding school. Normally, we only have like 4 kids at the most for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And most of them are new arrivals.
Oh, okay.
So like
That's weird. Like during Thanksgiving, it's a lot of new arrivals.
Like the last month or so, generally it's they figured out the last couple months that your kid cannot be in normal school.
Okay.
And they come to us, and we try to do our best. And normally it's me and like one other staff member with a few kids.
Yeah.
And we go around and find places open. Which, by the way, the myth of all Chinese places being open on Thanksgiving
It's just a myth.
Yeah, and most of them close at 5, so you have to order ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah, and
kind of sucks.
Yeah, the teacher, like the principal and teachers, do stuff like bring out for a proper Thanksgiving meal. At a local place and bring it out to a community service in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to do it this year because Corona.
Yeah. That seems like that'd be much harder to do.
I have no idea what we're going to do because suddenly not all of them are going home. We're going to have like 30 people.
Oh wow, that's a big change up.
Yeah. We've never done that before.
Okay. That's interesting.
We've never had Thanksgiving off before.
Yeah.
We've basically had Thanksgiving off. Like it's been a pseudo vacation.
Right.
Even if you're working,
Yeah.
But now it's not just hang around with these 4 kids and have a ball. I mean, there's always 1 or 2 kids whose parents just hate them and they're always there.
I should probably edit that out. I think.
Okay, look. I'm not mentioning a name or anything.
That's true.
Any coworker who knows who I'm talking about.
Okay.
If the kids listen to this, they'll know it's them.
Yep. Okay.
Look, there's no hiding it.
All right. Fair enough.
They know who they are.
They know who they are.
I'm not saying it's not even their fault. Like, oh my, like we have some kids who legitimately have problems and need to work on their issues and everything.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like that, I'm glad we have a space for that.
Yeah. Safe spot.
There's some kids who's just like, yeah, you just weren't wanted, and for some reason your parents decided that there's a problem with you, not them, to the point where they send you to a therapeutic boarding school.
Right. Okay.
There's a couple kids where I'm like, man, you should have just been sent to a normal boarding school.
Right. You don't need to be here.
Like, yeah, like if you're trying to fill the social obligation of caring for your child and everything, I don't think there's anything wrong with boarding schools. If you like, legitimately, if you think like this will be better for the long term, even if you have like doubts of being your own parenting.
Yeah.
It's like there are places where you can pay a professional to do this, and they will come out as well-rounded, educated individuals.
Yeah.
I have nothing against boarding schools. I work for one.
Yeah.
Mine is not for that. They are for a kid that needs a different type of education. When they're gone, they can go to one of those places. A lot of them do.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah, I have nothing against it, but there's a few students they have that just should not be with us. And,
Okay. Yeah.
ugh, poor kids. And now they get to celebrate Thanksgiving with everybody, so I can't like comfort them properly. I can't be like, all right, kid, pick a favorite movie. We'll watch it and eat a bunch of Chinese food.
Yeah. So one last thing as well. Just before we end the show here, Ted, I feel like you got called out recently, by a YouTuber that you watched.
Oh God, I forgot about this.
Yes, I saw you put it on your jacket, ready to go. But
yeah, actually, it's a bit chilly down here. This is the first year where I've been like cold regularly. I don't like it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the first, like my heat's on in my apartment, and that does not happen.
It's weird. You're just getting older, Ted. You got them old bones.
I don't like it, Kevin.
I know. Can't take it no more.
But okay, there's a D&D YouTuber called Davy Chappy.
Yeah.
And he does fun, kind of quick-paced RPG guides, talks a little bit about the lore, mechanics, does nice little D&D videos.
Yes.
He picked Take Two. He made one recently about like other games to play.
Other than
and
just
how
D&D.
It's like it's literally called Don't Play D&D and talks about other games to play. And I swear he either listened to this or I am just an archetype of some like person.
Yeah, either one. Yes.
Because like he's like, oh yeah, maybe you tried the Palladium, the Fringe book, or if you have one of those friends who's a Warhammer fan and won't shut up about Warhammer, you might have heard their Warhammer games.
Yeah, Dark Heresy in specific. He brought up.
Yeah. What was the other? He called me out one more time.
I think it was White Claw.
No, White Wolf.
White Wolf, the one we're talking.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I learned from Masquerade, which we're playing a spin-off of this week. this at time of recording, this came out 5 days ago.
Yeah,
that video. It was just one of those things where it's like
it was like really specific.
Yeah, it was. It was like now the only thing he mentioned that I didn't bring up was Paranoia.
Yeah,
which you RPG.
Which you also love. Yes.
Which given the weird movies Kevin has me play, is likely play. No, I guess I have to press the play button. So yes, the movies he makes me have to play. Paranoia is almost definitely going to be something we do at some point.
But Ted, I think we're gonna take a break from just god awful movies, because even I'm getting kind of tired of that. So we're gonna be going more into more quality stuff, so I can make you appreciate the good things in life before I bring you down to my level again.
So are you familiar with the podcast God Awful Movies?
Yes, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it or listened to it.
It's 3 guys. They only do like these sorts of reviews and breakdowns.
Yeah.
Of religious movies.
Oh, okay. I remember you talking about this.
It is god awful movies.
Oh, okay. That that's a good play. I like that. All right.
They recently did Secret Agent Emmis, which is a Jewish children's cartoon about a secret agent who is a child.
Oh, you know what? I should show you later is Gilfer's Pond.
Huh.
Yeah, it's this like cartoon show that was made by a religious group. I don't remember like what religion it is specifically. It's something Christian.
Yeah.
But the animation is so bad.
Oh.
Like the faces on like the characters like stretch, like literally stretch like this, and there's like this one turtle.
Okay, speaking of bad animation.
Yeah.
In Christian cartoons.
Yeah.
VeggieTales is not a Christian cartoon.
I thought it was.
Go back. It's only Old Testament. It's a Jewish cartoon.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought VeggieTales was more modern Christianity.
No, there is no Christianity. It's only Old Testament stories.
I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, Old Testament is part of that, though.
Oh, yeah, I know, but it's made by and for Jewish kids.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's really interesting. Okay.
I never watched VeggieTales as a kid.
Yeah.
I honestly thought my parents thought it was this weird concept of having religious fruit, but I talked to them a while ago about it, and they seem to have no memory of VeggieTales existing.
Oh, okay. So like not even like a concept that was like a
so
thing.
I don't know why I never watched it, but it's just something that comes up occasionally where some people will randomly start singing songs about water buffaloes.
I like to imagine there's an alternate universe, Ted, where you watch VeggieTales and he's so much different to how you are right now. Like he doesn't like spicy things. Like he goes to church every Sunday. Veggie Ted.
Veggie Ted. Who eats meat out of it?
Oh, who eats meat?
All right, you know what?
Who's a God-fearing Christian American.
Yeah, all right. So I had a place I was going, but not only have I forgot it, but honestly, nothing's going to be more interesting than Veggie Ted.
Veggie Ted.
Who might be my next... Who is going in the roster of characters I'm eventually going to make.
Oh, I love this. Okay. Hates kimchi.
Hates kimchi. Absolutely hates kimchi.
Ted, I love this idea. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Probably wears that hat you're wearing, too.
Yeah. So I'm currently wearing a baseball cap with an American flag where all these stripes are made of fish.
Which is an awesome hat. I love this hat.
It has a mesh on the back, so it breathes very well.
Yeah.
My father actually gave this to me because my like caps were very warm in the summer.
Right. So something that breathes.
Yeah, so that's why I wear this constantly, especially because all my other caps were either one was given away and 2 were stolen.
Oh, that sucks.
I can't even say stolen. The kids that were at my boarding school got shipped to a different program without my pre-knowledge or even theirs.
Okay, right.
But
and they just took your hats with them.
One of them legitimately stole it. The other one, whenever I would just leave my hat around, like at the end, like during dinner, and his goal every day was just to steal my hat. And his way of giving it back was the next day he'd just be wearing my hat when I first saw him, so I could take it off. Like there was no
Okay.
malice in this.
Right. It was just kind of like a fun little thing.
Yeah, but then get kicked out on my days off.
That sucks. Wait, give me my hat. Okay. So, just want to bring that up really quickly, but Ted, I had a lot of fun today. This is great
same.
talking.
I hope you enjoyed Mummy.
Kind of.
Yeah, I would not play this. I don't think.
I don't know. It's. I'm always whenever you reveal like a new system to me, like even like the Palladium kind of stuff, I would always be interested in trying it.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even really talk about the system of this game. You roll a d10 for each dot you have.
Oh, so you can roll like 5d10s if you. Okay, what's like the difficulty?
So, if I recall correctly, it depends. For the magic in this,
Yeah.
you add them all up and compare them to the difficulty of the
The spell, I guess. Yeah. Okay, right.
For everything else, I think it's 7 or higher counts as a success.
Oh, that's not. So if you got like 5d10s, then
Yeah,
that's a good chance.
A 10 counts as 2 successes.
Oh, okay, all right.
And a 1 is 2 failures.
Oh, that's where the hard comes in.
Now, but that's it. You don't need even the majority to be successes.
Okay, right.
If it's contested, just more success than the opponent. But doing something moderately difficult might only be 2 successes.
Right.
If you have 6 dice, you're fine.
Yeah, you should be okay. I should be.
Yeah, but also it's a social game. The majority of these rolls are contested.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
Like if I recall correctly, in the original Vampire, when they're talking about how to LARP with it,
Yeah.
it's draw a card for each die you roll, and whoever has the high card.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah, that was the way of LARPing because it's hard to bring dice around.
Well, yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
lean over if I roll them on, but you can carry around a deck of cards.
Yeah.
Put that in your pocket. Nothing's
Nothing's wrong with that.
No,
You always have to shuffle before you draw, or
I'm assuming so.
okay, right. So no one can stack the deck full of like kings and aces or whatever.
Yeah,
Which is something I would do.
you probably would.
Yeah. Well, either way, thank everybody for listening.
All right.
By the way, Duncan's ever our great sponsor and Overlords and Emperor. Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking, Duncans.
Yep, and keep on trucking America. America's enemies run from Duncan's. We run on Duncan's.
Amen. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.